NBA. Now, is this a crazy thing to say? This is wild. This is an absolutely wild thing to say, especially when Florida State had the year they had last year, especially when Tommy Castellanos got benched last year at Boston College. Yes, Saban's not there. It doesn't matter. It's still Bama. It's still a top 10 defense.
Y'all get to go put hands on this man. Y'all get to baptize this man. You get to tell him what it's like to be baptized in the tide, in the blood. If you know what I mean here, we're going to help this man go see Jesus about himself and about some of the things that he has made. We're going to ask him, hey, are you happy with the choices that you decided to make, particularly on June 23rd?
What's up? What's up? Good morning, Roll Tide, everybody. Yeah. Good morning to you. Happy Thursday. Yeah. Today, I just put in the chat there, Mama mentality loading. That's been on my mind today. What's up, Dwight? Good morning, my producer, Roll Tide Steven. Roll Tide to you, Steven. Roll Tide to everybody in the chat. Let me go through let me call the roll. DSGB84, my brother from Georgia, representing them dogs. What's up, DSG? You and Mr. P, what's going on with you? Good morning. Big dog gotta eat, my brother from Tennessee. What's up with you? What's up with you, Brock? What's up, Brock? What the business is? Roll Tide to your brother. Yeah, we coming. The tide is coming. Tallahassee, let's do this thing. Thomas Castellanos, you gonna find out what it's like to run your mouth and you write a check that your end can't cash, baby. What's up, Latoya? Roll Tide. Yes, yep. Yeah, it's Tide time. We coming. I think they hear us coming. They know what the business is. Double A, good morning, and good morning again, Double A. Hey, Gwen Roll Tide. Good morning, Gwen. How are you? Kimberly, my sissy, what's up with you? What's up with you, Kimberly? Roll Tide, Kimberly. Good to see you. That's my sissy, y'all. Yeah, she's here. I know she's off today. She sure is. She got to make it happen, though. Wherever she is, she gonna make it happen wherever she is. Justin, good morning to you, sir. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Clinton Howard, roll tide to you, sir. Good to see you. Good morning to you. That's right. Goof. Yeah. Oh, man, Goof. It was my pleasure. I'm going to speak on that in just a second. But Goof, it was my pleasure. Good morning, man. Thank you. God bless you. Man, that's all I know to be. Listen, Goof, I was reared right. I just wasn't raised. I was reared. That when you see something and you know something is wrong, and you see to help a brother, help a sister, you help them. And don't you worry about, yeah, that was messed up, Clinton. But I didn't worry about me. I didn't try to make it about me. I wanted to make sure my brother KB was seen after, which leads me to this. But that's going to be something that I'm going to be bringing up from time to time, especially to all the listeners, lookers, and lurkers. Most of us here know what happened with KB yesterday. He lost all 23,000 of his subscribers. And I was praying and hoping that this morning I would get a text somewhere and say that he got them all back. And then now he just have to navigate 2 channels. But knowing KB, the man that he is, the legend that he is, KB is going to make a comeback even stronger. And like he said last night, haters can't stop me. Well, which leads me to this, and right quick, because I haven't done this in a while, but I woke up this morning thinking about Kobe Bryant. And for most of you that know, I'm a big Lakers fan. I love the Lakers. And I didn't say I was a LeBron fan. I said I'm a Lakers fan. And that's right, Stephen. Haters will be addressed. Good morning, Nicole. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. You know what the business is. And so I woke up this morning and I was thinking about Kobe Bryant. And Kobe was one of my favorite Laker players. He wasn't my favorite. He was one of my favorite Laker players. But I thought about when the when the phrase Mamba mentality came on the scene. And a lot of people got Mamba mentality confused with hard work. That's not what there's a difference between Mamba mentality and the hard work. Kobe was a hard worker on behind the scenes. We all know his workout ethic, his work ethic, his practice ethic, this, that, and the third. That was his work ethic. But his Mamba mentality was the fact that if you go and study, I'm a big Animal Planet watcher, and all those other shows that deal with animals and everything. And because I was reared on a farm, and one of the things that I can't stand them, but I like to study them, and that's snakes. Okay, I like to study snakes and everything. Yeah, even though I got called one not too long ago, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I like to study snakes. The mamba is one of those snakes that will just strike you, will try to bite you or hit you, whatever, without you even bothering it. It just, excuse me for saying it, it'll strike you for the hell of it. No reason, no reason, just all of a sudden, bam. If you watch Kobe Bryant's game, sometime Kobe could be having one heck of a night. I mean, like a night, and I'm talking about in the most negative of a way. But what happens is that at any moment, Kobe was liable just to start. He would hit a shot, and then it would be on from there. Exactly, Goof. He was a killer, no mercy. He was an assassin. That's what the Mamba mentality was about. Not about just per se the hard work, but about the competitiveness and just striking at any moment. That's what I wish for you all today. That's what I wish for our Alabama Crimson Tide. That's what I wish for anybody that's trying to make things happen in your life. Number one, there's nothing wrong with hard work. Number two, there's nothing wrong with hard work. Number three, there's nothing wrong with hard work. There's nothing wrong with going to work. There's nothing wrong with working hard on a job. There's nothing wrong with working hard at your craft. There's nothing wrong with it. But when it's time to get down, you may be having one bad day. You might be having one down moment. You might be having one Roll Tide, Herb and Raj. Man, go get that work in, bro. Roll Tide, Nero. I mean, my bad, Nero. My bad. Good morning, Nero. My bad. That's a Tennessee dude. But you might be having one bad day. But at a moment's notice, things might not be going your way. But at a moment's notice, all of a sudden, all it takes is one compliment. All it takes is one word of encouragement. All it takes is just one something positive to happen. And when that happens, all of a sudden, you like Kobe Bryant, you done went off for 30 points just like that. That's called the mama mentality. Ain't nobody really pissed you off. Ain't nobody really made you mad. Ain't nobody really done anything. You just, all of a sudden, you just, whatever that is, all of a sudden, you firing off. The mama mentality is that at any moment's notice, you gonna fire off. At any moment's notice, not only are you gonna be blessed, but at any moment's notice, you gonna be a blessing. And that's what this is all about. So nothing wrong with hard work. I worked for years and still just may go back to work, going back to finish up in school, going back. But at any moment's notice, I just might strike. Ain't no telling how Piano Man might strike. That's the Mamba mentality. And it can be from anywhere in life. That's how it works. But you got to put some work in. You got to put some time in. You got to think about it. It's got to be on your brain. Good morning, Roderick. Roll Tide. Hey, thank you. Thank you for coming, Roderick Ragsdale. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Glad to have you. And I'm telling you, And when you have that mentality, people, that's what people, and I don't like to use the word fear, but I like to use the word, maybe sometimes that's what they may admire about you, is the fact that from any moment's notice, an idea comes. At any moment's notice, a thought will occur, and it'll change the trajectory of your life. And that's how you want to live life. That's how you want to live it. I refuse to live my life dependent on people. I refuse to live my life just dependent on people. I'm just going to leave it like that. But I want to live my life, first of all, dependent on God and dependent upon the resources and the talents and the skills that he's given me. And I want to use them in the most positive way possible, not scamming anything out of anybody, not trying to deceive anybody or anything. I ain't throwing no shade to nobody. I'm just saying what I'm saying because that's what's happening. So thank you. What's up, Bino? Good morning to everybody. So have that hard work mentality, but at any moment's notice, have that mama mentality. That's your word for today. Mamba mentality. Strike. Do good at any given moment. Be nice at any given moment. Be encouraging at any given moment. Be a blessing at any given moment. Do the doggone thing. All right. Now, with that being said, good morning to all 21 of y'all in the chat. My GM, the GM is here. The producer's here. Piano man is here. Latoya's here. I almost went there too early because Anitra's not here yet. Susan's not here yet. Anitra's not here yet. Susan's not here yet. KT's not here yet. Stephen is here. So I guess it's safe to say, let me see. Who else? Somebody else is good. I'm setting this up now. It's safe to say, Latoya, first of all, Dwight, how many more Saturdays, bruh? How many more Saturdays, Dwight? Dwight normally keep me up with the Saturday thing, and Latoya and Steve, 3 more Saturdays, and we rolling. 3 more Saturdays. 3 more Saturdays, and we're going to invade Tallahassee. That's what's up. That's what's about to go on. Stephen, Latoya, Roll Tide Riser, all y'all. 16 more days, Kimberly, and we going to invade Tallahassee, Florida. Ty Simpson and the Alabama Crimson Tide with Coach Kalen DeBoer and the rest of the crew. We coming to invade. We're going to invade a city near you. What you going? I'm like the late great Hulk Hogan. What you gonna do? Yes, 2 more Saturday. Well, 1, 2. All right, actually, if you want to be technical, look here. Next Saturday starts some football, and then the next Saturday is us. Hallelujah. We finna get on in there, y'all. But listen, before we start, a couple of clips I want to show for you from Kane Womack, talking about the defense, Alabama. Give us a listen.
Back where? Oh, damn, Trevathan, you got me. Here we go, on the move. Good. Not bad right there. Playing lower. It's good. Violent hands now. It's got to be a violent strike with your hands. Fast and violent. Better. Nice job. Better. So get your thumbs up, you know what I mean, to where you can get extension, and then it's got to be violent. So it's not just coming out of your hips, right? But your hands have got to be violent with your strike, and then you got to shed him before he can recover. That's so much better. Hey, come here. And you know the other thing that was great is you stayed so much lower. You were about a foot lower because you brought that second foot in the ground, and you can still play with bend. Otherwise, right, you're up here, right, leaning too much. Okay, good job. You got to listen. You got to, as you move, you got to get that second foot in the ground and stay low. You're dragging it, right, which is going to force you to stay too high, and you're not going to be able to get across the tackle, the center's body. Okay, stay low. 2 feet in the ground. Pop, 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 pop. Lateral movement. Trying to stab for that outside bicep, you know what I mean? Because if he comes to reach you, like I'm trying to reach you and you got my bicep right there, now I can't get outside to you. You know what I mean? Now you have control of my outside half. Right here. Hey, let's go be physical. All right, let's go create a takeaway, even in a 7-on here. Here we go. Let's go. Good. You let one inside. You got to squeeze. Plaster, good. Yes, 2. Nice job. Hey, well done. Good, CB. Nice job. Nice job. Way to take it away. Good, good, good. Yes! Nice job, 10. Way to make a play, JJ. Plaster, stay on. Stay on, stay on. Come on, 3. Yes! Nice job. Attaway, 3. Attaway, Keon. Nice play, man. Yes, 30. Nice shot. That's what it's supposed to look like. Do it over and over again. Over and over again. Hey, it's about effort and creating takeaways now. Effort and creating takeaways. Let's go. Get to the ball, man. Effort and takeaways. Hey, effort and takeaways now. Take.
You heard that? Effort, takeaway. That's what's up right there. Jermaine, I see that what you're saying, and I do too, and I believe it will. I believe that one of the things, Jermaine, let me put what Jermaine just said on screen right here, because it is important what he's saying right there. I think that a consistent pass rush has to be generated. But Jermaine, I wish that you would have finished it also by saying and not just to get to the QB, but to bring him down. To bring him down. Finish the play. Finish it. We had trouble in finishing a pass rush last year. And so I believe that that's one of the things that this year is being addressed, is the fact to finish. Finish what you start. Finish that. Because I'm going to tell you what. Here in a minute, we're going to go over some numbers in just a second. But, yeah, you're exactly right. But but throw also in there, Jermaine, consistent. A consistent pass rush. A consistent stoppage at the line. For negative or, or no yards at all. Negative, no yards, minimal yards. That should be it right there. Don't allow them to bust one off on you like that on a consistent basis. They're gonna get you sometime, but it shouldn't be back to back to back to back to back. That shouldn't be. No, that shouldn't be. Like you said, a generated pass rush, and they got to be trustworthy to get to the quarterback. So what Jermaine is saying is true. It's true, but it's got to be consistent and finish. I like what Kane Wommack was talking about, violent hands. Those hands on defense, especially on that line, is important. Got to be able to use those hands, and you got to be able to use them to your advantage, right? Got to be able to use them to your advantage. So I like that, Jermaine. I like that, bro. Yes, sir. I like that. Get to that quarterback. And you know what, Jermaine? No better way to start it than on August the 30th against a run-first type quarterback or a run-friendly quarterback. Would you agree? No better way to start that, because he's gonna take a three-step drop. He's gonna do that and then try to run up the middle or try to run lateral and this, that, and the third. So there's no better way than to test your defense than to go up against a Castellanos like that. If you can get to him, then you're going to send a message to everybody else. You might want to try something else, partner. Because we coming with the come on. We coming with the come on. I'm telling you. Yeah, but that was a good one there, Jermaine. That was a good one. I like that. All right, here's a second recording. Let's go.
Is our starting Mike linebacker. Shocker. Ready to go.
How's he do, by the way, recovery-wise?
He's actually doing a great job. Deontay is, it's amazing. I mean, I thought, he carried himself at such a professional level a year ago. His leadership was so impressive. And somehow he's taken his game and leadership to another level, which is really impressive, coming off of not only battling, the recovery process that he's kind of stayed ahead of every marker that we've had for him. But to be able to come out in fall camp, and we thought, maybe we would limit some of his loads and all that. We've really pushed him, and he's handled it really well.
Kane, do you count interceptions the same way Coach Grubb does on your full camp?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I don't know what the exact number is out there, but I think our offense is doing a fantastic job of taking care of the football. It was an emphasis coming out of last season that we had to do a better job as a team taking care of the football and creating takeaways. Certainly, we were able to do that a year ago. They're making it more difficult on us. When the bullets are flying and it's live and you can affect a quarterback, that's always the indication of how we'll do. So I feel good about where we are defensively there.
First of all, on Saturday, talked about early run fits then being a little bit of an issue. How do you see the defensive run fits?
I think overall have been really, really solid, really positive, and I think the different variations of run game that we're going to see throughout the season, I think we have spent an obscene amount of time, right, making sure that, different variations of run game that we're ready for and geared up for, that we have answers, right, to those things as well. But in the scrimmage at the beginning there, we had a misfit that turned into 2 missed tackles, which is uncharacteristic of us. And we were fortunate enough to be able to get a stop there in the goal line, which is great, but never really should have happened in the first place, right? If we're operating, efficiently in the run game. And so those are things that we've just got to continue to harp on and work. And that same call that we have ran this week, our guys have done a really nice job on. So.
Something that you probably watch closely all the time, but what have you seen out of Ty Simpson?
Yeah. I mean, I think as a defensive coordinator, right, your job is to kind of be an expert, right, on offenses and what we're doing and how they're attacking us. And like Ty just does such a great job of his command of the offense right now. He understands what Ryan and what Nick are trying to get done out of the quarterback position and what we're trying to do offensively. He gets us into the right calls. He keeps us out of bad calls for the most part, and then does a really nice job of just taking care of the football. And the dude makes plays. So, I mean, take care of the football, make good decisions, make plays when it matters. That's, to me, the element of a quarterback. But when I watch him go through progressions, I mean, he has a great feel for boom, 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 and he stays on schedule, and that's always, gonna make you efficient offensively.
Think about this time a year ago. Where do you think you've grown most as a defensive coordinator, and where is that confidence now?
Yeah, well, I understand our players much better, and I understand the league a lot better, right? I think probably the biggest thing is you go into the offseason knowing the answers, not the answers to the test, right, but you at least had the study guide, a little bit better than you did in year one. And so having anticipation for what we're going to see, having an understanding of what our players do well and how to feature those players has allowed me to be really aggressive in our install in year two. So spring ball, we were like that. And then certainly in fall camp, I mean, we have just layered on layered on layered, the scheme for them. And they're doing a good job of handling it.
What have you seen in the 3 young inside linebacker, Luke and Abdul?
Yeah, swimming, struggling. I mean, in a good way. I mean, if you're going to do this at a high level from a linebacker standpoint, you have to embrace the hard times, right? There's just so much we ask those guys to do in terms of running the defense, and so they have to kind of go and press through these things, and it's going to be 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and then it's going to be 1 step forward and 2 steps back for a little while. I told those guys this morning they just have to keep pushing, and the guys that I think, I've seen a lot of linebackers go through and then play at a very high level. The ones that just know they're going to play each snap like it's the most important play and just focus on each snap. You do it over and over again, and all of a sudden it just clicks.
That's the gist of Coach Wommack right there. And like Dwight said, if you want to hear the full interview, go to Bama Central on YouTube, and you will find the whole interview, press conference right there of Coach Wommack. I love what he said, that this year he's understanding. First of all, he's understanding his team more. And then second of all, he's understanding the league. See, so that lets you know that right there. Good morning, Governor. Good morning, Jeff. All of you that have come in since we've been watching some clips. Good morning to you, and Roll Tide. One of the things that, sometimes you got to, you don't understand. You don't understand what you're in until after you get there. Now you can you've had a year to do this. Now you can make adjustments. Something else he said that was key. is that they put in a lot of work. In the world of college ball, and most of you know this, a lot of work goes into, especially in the off season. They're implementing things. They're steadily doing things. They're preparing for the upcoming season in an off season when they're not on the field, when they're not doing this, when they're not doing that. And the third, now they're beginning to put it all together. And I like the sound of that is that they've got more of a plan this year, more of a steady plan, and everybody can benefit. Everybody, especially the starters, is more creative. It's setting them up for success, if you will. It's up to them to try to get there where they are, right? Number 3, did you hear what he said about Ty Simpson? And so when your defensive coordinator can say what he says, he's really making their defense work. He's giving their defense some thought processes on how to face other quarterbacks. You see what I'm saying? So I think we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. And so we're gonna bring it. We're gonna bring it. But like I said to Jermaine just a minute ago, no better way to start your season than against a quarterback whose thinking is basically run first. Run first. So when he steps back, he makes a 3-step, 3-stop. I'm getting my 3 drop, 3 steps, backwards, drop. What's up, Go Dogs? What's up, man? What's up? He makes those 3 stop, 3 drops. You know what I'm trying to say. Getting tongue tied. I ain't had nothing to drink, JB, so leave me alone. 3 steps. That's what I'm trying to say. 3-step drops and everything. You calculate that. But like what we were just saying, finish the play. Finish the sack. Bring him down. Get him down. When you start doing that and you get a taste of that and you get a feel of that and you get a rhythm of that, it won't be so hard. It won't be so hard. You got that right, Go Dog 706, 16 days, Brett. We rolling. I'm going to bring you one more clip and then we're going to be free the rest of the way, okay? One more clip.
Nah, you feel me? Because I'm not finna sit here and say, oh yeah, man, it's a cakewalk. Because we the best of the best. Parker, he get me sometimes, I get him sometimes. But I just know when it comes game time, it's gonna be on full display.
Is there chatter between y'all in practice?
I mean, it's just just work. You feel me? We might get a little bit of saying like that y'all not finna run the ball here, but for the most part, we know what it is. We know how hard we going. So when you like that, when you know your stature or your level of play, you ain't got to talk about it.
How important is the second scrimmage and guys really kind of finding their roles on the defense before the season starts?
Oh, it's very important because it's when jobs are won and lost every day, but the second scrimmage is really solidified going into the season. So if you don't know the playbook or if you're not doing what you need to do by the end, then get ready to help us out on some scout field. So, but now to the guys that's actually putting in the work, it's going to show this Saturday.
Tim, I want to ask you about another leader on the team, older guy, Jeremy Bernard. With all the attention that Ryan gets, and whether it's the video game, Nike, things like that, how do you think Jeremy handles that?
Well, Jeremy, he's very spiritual as well. Like I know I'm pretty known for my faith and everything like that, but I do get a lot of stuff from Jeremy too. So his source is the Lord. He know what it is to have plenty. He know what it is to be in need, but he's content with the Lord. Philippians 4:12. So he's always gonna root for Ryan whenever. He's very unselfish. So Jeremy Bernard is one of those guys you will want on your offense. Very unselfish, but when he get that ball, he gonna make something do with it. He's definitely a playmaker. Oh yeah, man, Slime, he good, bro. That's what I call him. I call Ty Slime, but yeah, bro. We just a little nickname, we be talking, bro. You know how I get. So Ty, he's been doing a great job as far as just stepping into that role, winning the job. I've seen the work. And he's definitely, there's been some days it was just like, man, all right, I got you tomorrow, some of them days. But Ty, I'm excited and I love what I'm seeing from Ty.
Yeah, you're a guy that's been here with him like all the time that he's been here. Just kind of how have you seen him wait his turn and then be ready for this moment?
When they said when when you sitting on ready waiting on go, you feel me? Everything gonna flow in your way. So for him to wait his turn, knowing that, you know, put his faith in God, knowing like when it's my time, I'm gonna do what I need to do with it. So that's just what y'all seeing. A guy who's gonna see it through, you feel me, do what he needs to do and work his way into a job.
You've probably chased him around in the field a little bit. Just how athletic is he?
Oh yeah, Ty can get up out that pocket. He got a little wiggle to him, you know. He didn't feel me, got me. He ain't made me touch no grass or nothing like that. But he disappeared on me a few times. But nah, Ty he be back there moving around.
On the field, what is your relationship like with him? Is he high energy? What's that like?
Man, Kane be ready to crash out. He be ready in a good way though. Like he ain't losing his mind or nothing like that. But like you can tell, like, hey, man, we gotta go take it to him, because it's like one of the moments where it's like, you know, your mama say it's either me or them. He trying to see mama, so it gotta be them.
How much more comfortable do you and the rest of the returners feel on defense, just in that you said he's developed his relationships with y'all, but kind of in the scheme and in his defense?
I mean, like, everybody's bought in, everybody's holding each other accountable. Like, me and D-Law, we'll get the chat sometimes, but we just trying to bring the best out of each other, and the best out of the defense. Because if we on one accord and we be on that coming into practice, then, you know, everyone will follow suit. So if we started off right, then as long as we doing what we need to do, the team gonna be good.
Exactly. You heard it from the man himself. See what I'm saying? So these guys are watching each other. They are really, they're boosting each other up. But like what he said about Germ, you know, Germ is rooting for Ryan Williams. There's no jealousy there. He's rooting for him. And so I just feel like that we're going to be fine. We're going to be okay. One game at a time. I'm not worried anything about the second, third, or the fourth ball game. I'm worried about game one. I'm only focused on game one. And so as we keep going, as we keep pushing ahead, let's continue to root for our team. And let's keep up with them. So once again, if you want to hear the full interviews, go to Bama Central on YouTube. You find them right there. That's all I did. And I shot those to my producer. He made it happen for me. And so, but yes, and I believe that they're totally locked in. Goof, good morning. I believe Crimson, good morning, and Roll Tide. I believe we're going to be fine. I saw the governor, good morning, and everything. And so, Governor, did you hear when he made the statement, if you don't put that work in, the only thing you can do is help us out on the scout team. That's and that came from a player. That came from a player. Now, see, so when it comes from the player, sometimes, you know, it just means a little something different. Put them on the scout team. If they're not producing, if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, not studying the playbook, being in the places that they need to be when they're supposed to be there, scout team, help them out on the scout team. I applaud you, young man. Yes, Lord. So that's part of our team right there. That's part of our leaders. We heard from our leadership. We've heard from Coach Womack, heard from Tim Keenan. It is what it is, y'all. So 16 more days, we rolling. We coming with the come on. But with that being said, Governor, on another note, Governor, and I'm just going to say this one time and everything. When I woke up this morning, thank God, I woke up wanting some macaroni and cheese. I don't know where that came from. Kimberly, I don't know where that came from. I woke up this morning, I said, I'm going to tell Governor about this. I woke up with macaroni and cheese on my mind. I mean, homemade macaroni and cheese. Not that foolishness I've run into from time to time, but some real macaroni and cheese. I just did. So I'll probably go to somebody's restaurant today to get me some macaroni and cheese. Come on. I should have been at y'all crib. Tell my sis she ain't think about her brother. She did not think about her brother. But I'm telling you, JB, I was thinking about I wanted some macaroni and cheese this morning. I did. You know, if you put a little fish with that, or would have had something. But anyway, I just want to throw that in there. One pad already gone. Oh boy, she must have shown up, put her foot in it, bro. But I just had to tell you that, JB. You know what I'm alluding to. You know what I'm alluding to. But anyway, I just woke up with some real macaroni and cheese on the brain. But me too, Stephen. I'm starving this morning, man. Oh. But you heard him talk about again. It brought back to Ty Simpson doing what he does and how he does. When you gain the respect of your players, of your teammates, rather, when you gain the respect of your teammates like that, I think you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. So it's time to just, like I said, let's put our attention on our team, not one or two players. The team. Which also leads me to this standpoint is we need to get to know the whole team. Who's eligible to play, who's not, this, that, and the third. Because at any given moment, like I said earlier, it could be somebody that we hadn't even thought about that could come in and change the whole trajectory of a game, change how it goes. And I'm talking about for the positive. And you didn't even know the dude was even on the team. So I believe that we have that team. Now, I read where someone just said, they don't think Quay is it. I do. But by that same token, I also think Quay is it. I think Noah's it. I think Justin Jefferson is it. I think all those guys are it. But they're also evolving. They're turning. So we have to give some things time. And they're going to learn as they go. Now, I just believe that I think, like I said, I can't put it no other way than to say it, that no other way than to go up against a running quarterback, a quarterback that favors the run first. No other way than to go up. You get your juices flowing, hitting him a few times, get him a few, let him feel you, let him feel you out and everything. Yeah. Well, JB, I understand what you're saying, but you also need to know the whole team. Because somebody in there could be some diamonds in the rough. You never know. We don't know. That's why I said you don't know. So I get to know everybody. That's I got what you're saying, but hear what I'm saying too, because there's some guys in there, and I've said this before, you've heard me say it. There's some guys in there that sometimes all they need is an opportunity. And when they get it, they take advantage of it. But sometimes we put a lot of emphasis on the guys that hit the newspapers a lot. Whereas there's some more guys over there that we don't hear about all that tough, and we got that. So I'm just being honest with you. So so I'm getting to know the whole team, because what about that guy that you don't hear about? Not saying that he don't put the time and the work in. He does, but you don't hear about him all the time. So I'm just saying that sometimes that guy just comes up out of nowhere. The unknowns, those guys. Yeah, and sometimes JB, it take a coach like you to fire them up. The JBs of the world, to fire them up. Those guys that just come in out the dark, just fall down, kind of fall down out the sky, if you will. Bam, and before you know it, there they are. So that's why I'm saying because I believe there's some diamonds in the rough there. Let's see something. Family 2025. Good morning. Coaches are saying about them players. Phrase they use is they are swimming. Come on. Okay. Come on. Come on. So I'm just saying, I think this team is special from A to Z. Everybody there but I don't want to be what Keenan said right there is like, I don't want to be that guy that one of the teammates tell me, hey, bro, all you good for is the scout team. Because you ain't putting in the work. You're not doing it. What's up, Uncle Charles? What's up with your Roll Tide? Uncle Charles, Birmingham, B-Home. Oh, yeah. Oh, I understand. JB, Governor, I got you. I got you. But also, I'm looking at it just from the total standpoint. Everybody's going to have to play a part. Everybody. Anitra's here, y'all. Okay. Now it's safe to... No, I ain't going to say that because I ain't finna get y'all started this morning. Good morning. Good morning, Anitra. Roll Tide. Good morning. Roll Tide. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. What Governor's saying. There's nothing wrong with that. But know everybody. Any moment, somebody might make that bam, and then here we go. And it might spark someone else to bam. So let's do this thing. So that's all I'm saying. I'm getting to know everybody. I know everybody. The dogs and the puppies. I know everybody. I'm getting to know everybody. Okay. Now before I go further, and everything, time is getting away from me real close. Thank you, Uncle Charles, for coming. Thank you. Roll Tide to your brother. I'm gonna put it to you this way. Once again, we both know that and that's all I'm saying, Governor. That's all I'm saying. Not just necessarily the guys in the front. I like to do. Let me put it to you from my generation. I like the B side of the record. Okay? I like the B side of the record. I like the B side. Sometimes those songs, you be playing those hits and this and that and the third, but if you flip that record over, that B side project is almost just as good at it, and sometimes it'll end up being better than the actual hit that you're trying to promote. Yeah. Well, JB, sometimes you better get that edited version. Sometimes you better get that. You got to get that edited version sometime, JB. You already know. Ask Susan, she'll tell you. Look, me, if y'all notice, me and Governor, we not necessarily talking in code, but it's just something we can't say. And see, man, but I want the unedited version too, JB. But some things I need to edit it. There's some stuff. No, bro. No. Man, you got me crying up here. I'm a Sagittarius. I don't care about nothing. I don't care about nothing. I take it. I don't care about it. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm going to get what I want, when I want it, how I want it, all that good stuff. Since you want to go there, I'm a Sagittarius. It don't make no difference to me. I'm gonna get what I want in the end. Ask them, they'll tell you. But anyway, JB, you gotta watch them edited versions. You gotta watch them unedited. You gotta watch the edited. You just gotta watch everything. Okay. I hear you, Anitra 12-1. I hear you, Nicole. You see 12-6. Big, that's me. All day long, all day strong. I'll strike without moment notice. 2-5. My dad was born in February 2, JB. Yeah. He was 222. Yeah, but anyway, I'm just saying, man. But shout out to the Alabama Crimson Tide. I think we're gonna be just fine. I think we're going to be just fine. I think we're going to be fine. But I just hope and pray that that mentality of like what the governor is saying, those guys that's not on the camera made that mentality of wanting to put that B2A go throughout the whole team. That's all I'm saying. Gotcha. Oh man, February is a good month for y'all, JB. I hear you. I got you. Yeah. Oh, I know what you were saying. But listen, thank you for 301 subs. Thank you. And speaking of subs, let me tell you what, my hat still goes off to Kangaroo Black, my brother. I'm still, for those that don't know, his page was not just hacked, it was deleted. And so I'm doing everything as a brother to let everybody know that thank you so much, that he has another page. Just go up under Kangaroo Black. You will see it. Let's subscribe and let's bring these 23 grand back even more. Okay, let's do that. It's his time. I can't stand that. And I'm not going to speak on it too much because I'm gonna get angry all over again. It didn't even happen to me, but it happened to a friend. It happened to a brother. It happened to somebody that I work with. And so I don't like that type of foolishness. So if you never subscribe to Kangaroo Black, go to YouTube, subscribe to Kangaroo Black. Let's get those subscriptions back. Now I'm not going to sit here and say who I think did it, because we went on that rant last night and everybody came up with who they think did it, but I just want him to get back, not just to where he was, but let's exceed where he was. Okay. So I thank everybody for doing that. Let's support Kangaroo Black, and not only him, but all these other Bama content creators, and not only just Bama, but whatever, find somebody to support, be a blessing to them, help them out. Okay. And everything. And so, Kangaroo Black and I, we on every Friday night together. Yeah. Keeping it a buck. Yeah. Now he did say something about that food page last night. Now, I'm going to talk to him about that food page, and I'm going back again. It was some good looking eating going on over there last night on what I saw. Yeah. So I'm going to talk to KB about that food page. Yeah. And sad if it's true. It is, Governor. If it's true, if that be true, it's beyond sad. It's sick. And I'm gonna leave it at that. It's sick. But it is always good to make a backup channel just in case. Exactly, I bleed crimson. And that's what I'm gonna do, because I want to tell you all this. Be on the lookout. Piano Man is gonna be doing something a little different here in just a little bit. And I had a phone call yesterday from a friend who watches the show, and they don't get in the chat much. They do subscribe. They have subscribed. But one of the things that they did say to me is, Piano Man, you are doing a great job. Keep doing what you do. If anything, just add. Just kind of add. Do something else with it. And so I am. And so I'm just saying that I'm on the verge of just looking into it. I'm thinking about it, how to do it, and I think y'all gonna kind of like it. You're just gonna have to kind of bear with the time frame, but it's just something that we're going to do. Okay, but it's still going to be football related, sports related, Alabama related, all that good stuff. But it's going to have a different twist to it. All right, so that's just how that's going. All right, so just be on the lookout for some other thing that Piano Man is about to do. A cooking show would be fire, but that's not my grit like that. When I do it, I just do it and keep it moving. But we gonna, we got some things coming, y'all. We got some things coming. And thank you, Kimberly. Thank you. Yeah. Grilling with Piano Man. Anitra, I ain't going there with you today. I almost said something crazy right there. I ain't forgot your cake statement yesterday, Anitra. Don't think I ain't forgot that. We just gonna address that cake thing at a different time. All right. So here we go. This morning, wanted to talk about since Ty is our quarterback now. I want to just throw some numbers, and since now we know what's since we know who's going to be what our projections are as far as starters go. Now, here are some numbers that I'm sort of concerned about, and like Ty last year, we know he didn't. Hey, LaQuasia, good morning. Good morning, LaQuasia. Good morning, Roll Tide. LaQuacia's another one. I'm shouting her channel out. Got to get her to 1,000 as soon as possible, and let's get her on up there. All right, let's get her on up there. But last year we know that Ty completed 14 completions out of 25 attempts. All right, for 167 yards, had a 56% completion rating with an average of 6.7 yards per throw, which is not bad. His longest was 43 yards, but he had 0 touchdowns, and I understand that Piano's a pizza man. Y'all killing me in this chat, man. No touchdowns, no interceptions, 1 sack, and it didn't give me the whole print. But this is the part that I want to talk about right here. This particular number. And this is where I'm telling you all that the X factor for Piano Man, one part of the X factor is the O-line. Because here we go. Last year, Jalen was intercepted 11 times, but he took 23 sacks. 23 sacks. Now, whether they were faults of his or not, I'm not here to argue that point. But what I'm concerned about is, will we be better in that area of protecting Ty? Now, I know a lot of that has some give and takes in there, and I think it will. I believe it will, without going into detail about this, that, and the other, because Jalen's no longer with us. So that's bye. God, bye. Thank you for your service. And I don't mean that in any disrespectful way. But now we have to focus on 16 days, and we have liftoff. And one Ty Simpson will be behind center. Now, our O-line, and thank you, Goof, for saying it. Our O-line has been mediocre for the last 3 years. We have not had a solid, healthy O-line since our last championship. Thank you, Uncle Charles. Thank you, Uncle Charles. Now, I'm just saying this in retrospect. I believe our numbers are going to come up. I believe that the numbers are going to come up, and I believe that because of the fact we have a different type quarterback. I won't say a better quarterback. I would just say a quarterback that fits this offense better. That fits the offense better. Not necessarily quality, but that just fit the offense better. I believe you're going to see some different things happen. I think that the sacks will go down. I think that good morning, Coach Carl. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Coach Carl. But I believe that the sacks numbers will go down. simply because of the approach to the offense. I believe that the distribution of the ball for everybody that's going to get it will probably go up, because here we go again. In rushing, Jam Miller last year, 668 yards rushing the whole year. In receiving, Ryan Williams was 865 yards. Let me turn this over. Whereas Jerm Bernard was 794 yards. You see what I'm saying? And then the list goes on and on. I believe that this year, our numbers as far as the wideouts go will go up. Now, who gets 1,000 first? I don't know. But I'm more worried about will we have a 1,000-yard rusher to go along with those numbers, with the receiving. That's what I'm looking at. Will there be a balance? Will there be a balance? I'm just saying, will there be a balance? Will there be a balance? I believe there will be a balance, regardless of who plays. I believe that the balance is coming. So I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention about the numbers. It's going to be a numbers game. It's going to be a numbers game. Jam with the rushing, Ryan and Jerm with the receiving, because a lot of times we just put Ryan up there because he had more, but Jerm wasn't too far behind him. He wasn't too far behind him. Yeah, exactly, Governor. We got to have balance. Balance this year is going to be a must. It can't be like that. It's going to have to be balanced. It's going to be balanced. And once again, I say, no better way than to find balance than will be against Florida State. I believe that one game would sort of set the tone of things that we do well, things that we might not do so well at, that we may need to work at a little more, and and the list goes on and on. But no other team. So that's why I say FSU, you're first. That's why. And I'm just saying. So exactly, Coach Carr, we've addressed that, and we're gonna keep on addressing it. We got to get that up, back and running, and I think it's gonna happen. I think he may get that 1K before the week is out. Good morning, Zach. ZNT Picture Show. Good morning. Yeah. O-line running game. And that's what I've been saying. X factors. I'm telling you. O-line running game. Coach Grubb and injuries. X factors. I'm gonna keep saying it until the season is over. X factors. We got to support, but let's continue to support KB. Yep. And not only KB, let's support Coach Carl too. Yes, sir. I said it. He didn't ask for it, but I said it anyway. That's right. Let's support Coach Carl as well. And let's support B Sharp, Coach Sean, everybody. Okay. But we know what happened with KB, and let's bring that back up. I just refuse to let a hater or haters or however that win. And then it could, ain't no telling what it was. But sounds to me like, and the old folks will say, Coach Carl, is a dead cat on the line. And it sounds to me like somebody, just had a temper tantrum. Yeah. So I'm just saying. So, yeah. Nero, I've been thinking that I'm gonna ask him. Governor, I hope you know what? I'm gonna tell you what. They better understand. They better understand. They better understand. They better understand. But I'm not going to dwell on that too much. But but I hope that let's just remember KB. And for those of you that are listening, lurking, and looking, and everything, let's subscribe to this channel if you never have. But for those that have and you're wondering what happened, you missed him. He has another channel. The other channel was not just hacked; it was deleted. That's why you can't find it. So let's get it, okay? But back to what I was talking about, right quick. Numbers game, balance, got to be there. It's got to be there this year. It's got to be there. It's got to be there. And I'm expecting it to be there. I'm expecting it to be there. I know, Jeff. Good morning. And Jeff, if I didn't say good morning to you, good morning, bro, and roll tide. This chat get to going and I get to work. And please forgive me if I didn't say good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. I don't mean no ill manner. I don't mean no disrespect. Thank you for coming. But the chat be going so fast. I'm into what I'm doing and everything, and I'll be trying to get it on out. But we just want to remember that this is going to be a numbers game this year. This is going to be a numbers game. Now, will the Tide go undefeated? Yeah. That's next Saturday. I'll be saying after that gonna be 1-0. I'm just taking it one game at the time. Okay, thank you. Okay, Jeff, I got you. But good morning again, Jeff. But I'm just worried about one game at a time. I'm done with all of the predictions and this and that and the third, all that kind of stuff. I just want to focus on Florida State. So starting next week, we're gonna be looking at some things. Florida State, then Florida State week come, we're gonna focus on Florida State. We're gonna really focus on it. One game at a time. I'm not worried. Look here, I'm not worried about ULM, UNLV, USM, SMU, MOO, MOO, MOOSC, MOUSC. It don't bother me none. I'm worried about FSU. FSU. That's who I'm worried about. That's who I'm worried about. That's who I am worried about. Diana made it up in here. Uh-oh. What's up, Diane? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah. So we need an FSU deep dive. Coming up, I Bleed Crimson. Coming up on Monday, I will start an updated deep dive of Florida State, an updated one. Just some things that I'm looking at. Just some things that I'm from the old school of thought about football. I just try to bring it into this particular era of things. Now, I know my way of thinking might not be conducive with this particular generation, and that's no problem, because I do try to conform to some things. As far as the game goes, I try to give it balance of thought and all that kind of stuff. But I also believe in good old fashioned smash mouth football. That's what I believe in. I believe let's get with the get. That's what Piano Man believes in. Okay. So I'm going to be doing some deep dive into some things about Florida State. I want to look at some things so coming right up and everything. So with that being said, enough about our numbers and everything. But there's one more thing I want to talk about. A couple more things I want to talk about. Here we go. Number one. I'm pretty sure everybody's heard about John Mateer and this betting thing, right? Now, I want them to hurry up and clear this up because John Mateer is my quarterback in my college fantasy league. He's my quarterback. I need him to I need this cleared up in expeditiously. Yeah, Venmo Gate. We had Bounty Gate, we had Spy Gate, now we got Venmo Gate. I wonder what's gonna be next. Now we got, wait a minute. KB don't shoot me, but now we got KB Gate. Somebody hacked KB. And they don't just hack him, they deleted him. So let's get that channel back going. But now you got Spy Gate, Bounty Gate, Venmo Gate. Now you got KB Gate. What other gate we gonna have? You know. Yeah, you know. But here we go. But a little article I ran across last night that said Oklahoma QB John Mateer alleged Venmo payment. Venmo. I'm not gonna say anything about Venmo. Venmo payments put him under a microscope for sports gambling. Right? High-profile athletes are often targets of social media ridicule over the past post. This is from Shane Shoemaker from I think from Yahoo, I think, you know. But anyway, an Oklahoma quarterback, John Mateer, may be at the center of one of the latest internet controversies. On Monday night, Mateer's name trended on Twitter or X after alleged screenshots surfaced of his old, now keyword old Venmo transactions per Deadspin's Brian Aguda. The post, now here's what's funny. For those that went and looked, the posts are now deleted, appeared to show Mateer paying a Richard Rolton for sports gambling. Now, why in the world? Somebody put the governor, don't put him in timeout. See, he got me coughing because I'm about to start laughing. Somebody just get the governor. Protect the governor at all costs. Governor JB718, protect the governor. All right, here we go. Back in 2020, who puts sports gambling in the caption or when you sending money via Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, or whatever entity that you're using? Who puts sports betting, sports gambling in the purpose? Who does that? What? Like, really? Are you serious? You put that in the caption. No, if this be true, you need to be investigated. You need to be investigated, and I want to know, first of all, how you get to college in the first place. Apparently, you must have got a many a whipping in your life because you couldn't sneak and do nothing. It's cold for sandwich. I'm about to go get me one too, Stephen. Yes, sir. But back in 2022, November of 22, including one label, UCLA versus USC. Are you kidding me? Jeff, a wasted college degree. Are you kidding me? These alleged payments date back to Mateer's freshman year at Washington State, where he appeared in just one game, completed 2 passes for 32 yards and a touchdown. Now check this out, ladies and gentlemen. On Venmo, users can choose whether transactions are public or private. Right, Governor? Right. Public or private, and can write any description they want when sending money. That means Mateer's transactions titles could have been an inside joke, not an admission of actual gambling. I'm going to tell you what. I don't care if that is an inside joke. That's just some stuff you just don't say. I don't care if you were sending it to Richard Nixon. I don't care if who you were sending it to. You don't put that on a transaction title. talking about an inside joke. It's going to get you inside of somewhere that you don't want to be. Come on now. The white, somebody, you and JB better help the people. Venmo is one of the only transaction sites, cashing sites like that. You can see a person's literal transaction and everything that goes along with it. And if somebody really wanted to get the goods on you, you can go there and delete all you want. You can go there and delete all you want. 9 times out of 10, let me leave that alone. Yeah. And when somebody say, I got receipts, if you're fooling with Venmo, somebody can really get receipts on you. And you're right, Coach Carl, it ain't even enough to talk about. I'm just talking about the what it can all lead to. What it can all lead to. I mean, what it can all lead to. It leads to stuff. That's all I'm getting at. It leads to stuff. One dumb move, you talking about it's an inside joke, but it's too late to change it. So hear me out. So he says, those Venmo receipts definitely aren't actually him sports gambling, but just in general, it is very funny that Venmo transactions are public. Public. That's the part, Coach Carl, public. Somebody, like what JB just said, they got in his files. They got in it. And you can easily go to Venmo. Now, 9 times out of 10, this is going to probably cause Venmo to change some stuff around, and it should. It's bigger than Nino Brown. But all I'm saying is, I wonder who else out there that use Venmo and all your stuff is for the world to see because you didn't put it on private. You either got exposed or you gonna get exposed. That's all I'm saying, Coach Carl. It ain't even worth really bringing up, but I just wanted to talk about it for a minute to show you that you got some folks out there that's even monitoring how you do your money, what you doing. Bump all that trying to see where your car at 3 o'clock in the morning. They trying to get into your money page and see who you're spending your money on, or how you what you're doing. I mean, time to start looking for, like the producer said, time to start looking for a cover up. I'm just saying, So here we go. So anyway, and then we all know that the NCAA prohibit their athletes from wagering on NCAA sanctioned events. So if material is investigated and found legitimate, material could face severe punishment, all because of an inside joke. All because of an inside joke. We got to start being more careful. And I'm gonna get off into that too. NCAA has no power, can't do anything about Michigan cheating, and it goes back again. Allegations. Because I have something on that too. While I'm on the subject of cheating, I have a complete timeline, of what Connor Stalions done. And then watch this. The NCAA has even served Central Michigan with a notice of allegations regarding former Michigan football analyst Connor Stalions present on the Chips sideline and all of this is going back 2 years ago against Michigan State football in 2023. And then it goes to tell all this kind of stuff. Now, and I don't have time to read it because I'm getting ready to get out of here. But I'll do that possibly sometime through the year. First is Michigan. Now Central Michigan. When I go and I read all of this stuff, Coach Carl, it sounds to me like it's not so much it's not so much Michigan has a problem. To me, Connor Stalions is the one with the problem. You know, get the governor, somebody. Somebody get the governor. I need somebody from the 401k crew to get the governor. All right. You know what that's about. I want to read something right quick, one part. Then Central Michigan University head coach Jim McElwain said that Stalions' name did not appear on any list of approved passes and was unsure how he had acquired one. How he had acquired one. That's where your issue was coming in. Where's the accountability? Where's the accountability? We are allowing the Connor Stalions of the world to make us look bad instead of everyone being accountable and making sure every I is dotted and every T is crossed to the best of our ability. This dude just shows up, gets passes on sidelines, in sunglasses, doing this, doing that, doing the third. Good morning, Van. Roll Tide. Doing this, doing that, doing the third. Then when it's all said and done, it's your program looking crazy because somebody didn't put him in check from the start. That's how you settle that. Put the offender in check. If you put the offender in check, then you won't have a problem. I ain't going there this morning, but it's time to start. Somebody needs to investigate Connor Stalions. And why are we letting him get away with that? Why are we letting him get away with it? Why? Why are you letting Connor Stalions get away with this? That's all Piano Man is asking. It sounds to me like that is more of that he has a problem. He has a problem and then has imputed it over onto these schools like Michigan and Central Michigan. Then they get in trouble. So it's going to be interesting to see, but I'm going to go back and say it again. I don't believe nothing is going to happen to Michigan and nothing is going to happen to Central Michigan. Connor Stalions will be the guy away with it. Michigan will, do what they do. I'm still predicting Michigan to be in the playoffs at the end of the year. I believe Michigan is going to beat Ohio State again. I believe that. So anyway. Yeah, I hear all of that, big dog. Yeah, I've heard all of that. But until they decide to do something, it ain't nothing but a bunch of allegations. Yeah, he said he did it. But then again, by that same token, I brag about it too, knowing they ain't doing nothing to me. Yeah. So you need to do something about Connor Stalions. Do something about Connor Stalions, the Connor Stalions of the world, and you know something is going on, but you were still yet refusing to do something about them. Then you're gonna always get what you get. What you will allow will continue. Oh yeah, because I will say this, because if it was Bama, yeah, we would have been waving the white flag by now. If it was Bama doing that. Didn't need to have to sign, steal no signs or create no signs or whatever. Because all the sign we needed was we want Bama. When they got us, they hated that they asked for us. We got signs all the time. We want Bama. Doggone it. I was watching a pro football game one time. I've said this about 3 or 4 times. I'm watching the pro football game one time. Even in the professional league, they were hollering, we want Bama. I'm just saying. We ain't had to steal no sign. We just went out there and kicked your behind. And we beat you. You need no darn Connor Stallion, Black Stallion, White Stallion, the stallions that be on the Coors commercial, Bush commercial, or whatever one it is. We ain't need all of that. It wouldn't surprise me, Van, if he was trying to spy on the who was that? The Victoria's Secrets game. Wouldn't surprise me. But when you good, you don't need no spy. You just need some willing participants to go up in there. Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion. I don't give a who. We don't need that. We don't need all that. Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion. Whoever Stallion. And Scallions either. We don't need all of that. But the only signs that Bama was accused of was all them folk hollering, we want Bama, and then when they got us, we went on in there and handled and regulated. That's right. That's what we did. We didn't need Connor Stallion, Conor McGregor either. We didn't need all of that. And yet, we got accused of cheating. We still get accused of cheating. But when you're the standard, like AA says, but if it was Bama, yeah, they would have been quick to try to drop the hammer on Bama because you did it the right way, and everybody was hollering, they're cheating. You ain't supposed to win that many championships. Why not? Why not? Why not? JB, don't take this the wrong way, but nobody accused the Yankees of cheating. Why? Because the Yankees are the standard in baseball. The Yankees are the standard in baseball. That's the standard. But nobody accused, I wish you would accuse the Yankees of cheating. Didn't nobody accuse the Bulls of cheating. Didn't nobody accuse the Lakers of cheating. Teams that were just good, they worked hard, they worked at it. But when it comes to Bama, now all of a sudden there's a problem. But then you gotta, anyway. True champions don't need sign stealers. Boston, the Yankees, the Lakers, the Bulls, somebody in hockey. You don't need all of that. You don't need all of that. UConn, the women's team, Tennessee, the women's team, women's basketball. True champions don't need help in getting a championship, whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Where is it? You don't need to cheat. You don't read no. I never read a sign. Jacob gonna get mad if he's listening, but I never read a sign that said we want Michigan. I never read, even when USC was in their heyday, nobody talked about we want USC. Let me tell you why. Because it was few, and those times were few and far between when they won championships. Wayne Gretzky. Those guys didn't need help. That's all I'm saying. Now you got this dude, Connor Stallions, who's just to put this whatever on Michigan season. But I'm going to say it again. Nothing's going to happen to him. Nothing's going to happen to him. I don't think Ohio State even cares about Michigan anymore. Why? Because they know they can't beat them. Michigan just got the ups on them right now. I'm just saying. But nobody, I hadn't read a sign yet that said we want Ohio State. I ain't read a sign that said we want Michigan. We want UConn. We want UNLV. We want this. But everybody wants Bama. Everybody wants Bama. Well, we don't want, well, Arrow, I haven't seen a sign. Can anybody tell me when was the last time you saw a sign that said, we want Ohio State, we want Michigan? When was the last time? Can somebody please tell me that? Arrow Squad, every time I bring that up, he'll say, watch it, Piano Man. Let's settle this once and for all. Has anybody ever seen a sign that says, we want Ohio State? I'll wait. But can anybody test? I want James Madison. I want Dolly Madison Nero. Yeah, buddy. Ain't nothing like one of them Dolly Madison cakes, man. I'm telling you now. Sure. Yeah, exactly, JB. When was all these folks hollering about, we want Bama, we want Bama, and then when Bama gets hold to them, then all of a sudden, we cheated. You must be out your mind. You got to be out your mind. Bruh. Like, bruh. Come on now. Come on, man. Exactly. Tell them, Goof. Hold on for a minute. I'm going to start at Goof. Wait a minute. NCAA further proving in my mind that their lack of real control and why I think teams will soon cut out the middleman and unionize, start their own leagues. Yes. See, because they're, and I keep saying it, college football as we know it is about to end, especially like the administration side of it. You're going to see more of a professional thing going. I might be old and decrepit by the time all of that help us. Yeah, Lord help us. And Lord help us. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Goof, quote of the day. Winning against Bama get you a contract extension. Winning against Bama get you some notoriety. Winning against Bama also gets you a good butt kicking the next year. Because trust me, all y'all that kind of took advantage of us last year, y'all beat us last year, this is a new year player. This is a new year. You know. This is a new year. That's all I'm saying. We coming with the come on. We coming with the come on. We gonna beat you this year. We come. That rule's up for thee, but not for me. Ain't flying no more. We seeing it in every part of our lives, and people are tired of it. Exactly. Winning against Bama gets you hired at Auburn. Ask Hugh Freeze, he'll tell you, and ain't beat us no more. Ain't beat us no more. It will get your contract extension, but losing against them also get you an extended out the door. I'm just saying now. So I'm just saying, will they do something about Michigan? No. I don't think they said, you know, a good Bama team, man, look here, Arrow, you can play against a bad Bama team, but because it's Bama, I'm just saying now, those bad Bama teams are few and far between, and I mean real few and far between. So most of the teams are going to be good. Gets you a whole State Farm. Look here. Governor said it gets you a whole State Farm insurance package. Like a good neighbor. Telling you. If FSU keeps it close, they will see that as a win. Exactly. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Will they do anything about Michigan? No. Nothing will happen to them. Nothing will happen. Like I said, bunch of allegations. That's what it's going to be all chalked up to. Bunch of allegations and a bunch of signs. That's what it's going to, you know. Bunch of signs. But if it was Bama, yeah, they wouldn't have caused me winning. I ain't worried about the governor this morning, and I ain't going there with y'all. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it. I mean, they're not gonna punish Michigan. I keep saying it. I told Amber that they're not going to punish Michigan. Nothing is going to happen to them. You're 16 days away from the start of a new season. If anything, Sharon, they'll punish Sharon Moore, and that's going to be self-imposed. Let me go somewhere and steal something and do some foolishness like that, and then turn around and talk about, oh, I'm going to self-impose punishment on myself. Let me ask y'all something. And social media, don't take this the wrong way, because I just came from a different generation. Okay, I ain't trying to promote nothing. I ain't trying to promote anything. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Here we go. How many of y'all had parents that when you did something wrong, I asked this before, so I'm gonna ask it again. How many of y'all had parents back in the gap that when you did something wrong, they let you do a self-imposed punishment? I'll wait, because I'm finna tell you, mine did. Okay, all right, Icebox, gotcha. Thanks for coming, bro. Roll Tide. Thank you, Nero. I mean, can anybody truthfully say that your parents let you, when you were a kid growing up in their home, they let you do a self-imposed punishment? I'll wait. I'll wait. Picking my switch from the tree is self-imposed. You an arrow. And isn't it true that if you came back with something less than what they were expecting, okay. That's all I need to say. And you gonna let somebody who knew, see, I'm still standing on business, who knew that something wrong was going on, but it's all right for them to have a self-imposed punishment. The devil is a lie. You better get your end right back at. Thank you, Arrow. What is the NCAA good for Bama 2025? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. You're going to let somebody, because apparently, like I said, I'm taking it from a standpoint that until somebody's proven guilty, it's just a bunch of allegations. But if somebody just said, yeah, I did this, I did that, blah, 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 and you don't look into it, here you are 16 days away from the next season, and ain't nothing happening, nothing shaking, and everything, you're good for nothing. And then you're going to say, well, they're going to self-impose, and then those self-imposed sanctions, they're going to pick games that they're going to impose the punishment. Now, that's a joke. That's the only thing me and Jacob disagree about. That's a joke. If you're going to punish a man, punish him. My parents didn't tell me to go out there and self-impose. Shucks. First of all, they knew how mischievous Piano Man was. They already knew it. I left patterns. So guess what? There was a belt ready. Yeah, I'm going to go on and say it because I'm from the old school. There was a belt ready and switch chest in the corner. And not one of them little old bitty things. No, sir. No, ma'am. They was coming with the fire. And I'm telling you now, and when I did wrong, I already knew what the consequence was. And I can't tell you which one was the worst one because they were all bad. That's punishment. And then on top of it, you got towed up like that, and then you got punished. Exactly. See, growing in my day, now you got punished in the daylight, on the spot. Right then, right there. Can I tell you something? Act up in the grocery store. Act up in church and see what happened to you. Now, that's back in the gap now. Man, my parents didn't care. Wherever you dished it, they dished it back. And there wasn't nobody there to tell them to say, well, you can't do that. They say, we ain't seen nothing. And then that one up, once somebody come up there to you, young man, you're going to be better because of this. That goes to show that they love you. The NCAA must don't love our students. The NCAA must don't know. Anyway, I'm done with this. Because somebody just put in the chat, Michigan must have had some serious pull. And I've been saying that. It's all about money. So no, they're not going to do nothing to them. Nothing's going to happen to Michigan. Shoot, Arrow Squad. My mama with me in church one time right there, and the preacher just kept on preaching. Nobody came to help me. Jesus didn't even come to help me. It what it is. You know, they got me wherever you got down at, they got down with you. And that's what the NCAA is supposed to do, but they don't. Okay, ran over. Just want to show that nothing's going to happen to them. You got Michigan and Central Michigan with the same dude, and nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Bring back the days of Thomas and Lorena Long, where those parents get you on site. Bring back that mentality. And then to make somebody think about it the next time before they do something crazy. Yeah. Saying. I'm just saying. So we think about everything but trying to do what's right because everybody's trying to get paid now. And I ain't got nothing wrong with that. But let's do it the right way. Let's do it the right way. All I'm saying is, man, whatever happened to good old-fashioned values, man. But that's all I'm saying. I was just reared a little different. I'm sorry. And if that's offensive, then chalk it up to the game. But I turned out pretty good. I don't have everything that I want, but I got things that I need and everything. But I don't mind working. I don't mind working. But when my parents said something to me, that was the ball game. That was it. No arguing, no fussing, no fussing, no fighting, no this, that, and Coach Carl, I dared not raise my hand to either one of them. I dared not. Well, I'm just saying, man, and it's showing in life. It's showing in life. And man, we can't even, there's the old song we used to sing in church, bring back those happy days. When we were growing up, they weren't so happy. But I'm gonna tell you what, I was secure. I knew what I wanted. I could get what I wanted and things like that. But my parents always instilled a hard work ethic in me. Wasn't nothing handed to me. Nothing. People thought it was, but if they ever knew what went on behind the scenes. So that's why I'm the way that I am. Man, please. All this foolishness we got going, and now you got this NCAA. Now, man, please. My grandchildren got more spine than the NCAA do. Holding up a sign, talking about this, that, and the third. And then, like I said, I'm just saying, they're not going to do nothing to Michigan, everybody. If they do, I'll get right back on here and say, y'all fooled me. I stand corrected. I apologize. But I doubt if I have to do that. Man, Coach Carl, help the people. Help the young folks. Talk back gets you heard. Man, what you say? Shoot. And anyway, I ain't gonna go there. because I'm going to respect my parents' memory. But man, it's some things some of these kids say to their parents. I'm gonna say this, and I'm out. Because when I was at one school, I was a behavior interventionist, and I was talking to the kids about the difference in generations. And one of the boys said to me, Mr. Long, how did your dad do you? Did you talk back to your dad? I said, I'm still here, right? And he said, yes. I said, well, that means I didn't talk back to him. He said, man, I wish my daddy would have done something to me like that, because I would have had to have him. I said, you would have got, man, I said, my dad would have hurt more than your feelings. But that was a different culture back then. You would have, and then I had to think about what I was saying. And I told him, I said, look here, big dog. I said, that's where the difference comes. I don't know what went wrong with you and your dad, but that didn't go wrong at my crib. I don't know what may be going wrong with you and your mom, but that didn't go wrong at my crib. No, me and my mom butted heads a lot because we were just alike. But that respect level, bruh, I could tell you a story. I could tell you all a story. I could tell y'all a story. Sitting in the ER. Some of them in the OR. I'm telling you, Governor, you got it. Some of them in the ER and some in the OR. I'm telling you now. Yeah, boy. I'm telling you. I'm just saying. They sitting in the ER. Exactly, Coach. And that's where we are now. And I'm equating it with the NCAA. No spine, no backbone, no support system, no nothing. And that's why some of our players even act the way that they act, because they know nothing's going to happen to them. That's why some of these guys are doing what they're doing, because they know nothing's going to happen to them. Exactly, Kimberly. I'm 63. I still say yes, ma'am. I still say no, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. Because that's just in me. That's in me to do. And I do it to young people as well as the elders, as well as the elders. I still do it. I still say it. I say it to my daughters. I say it to my sister. I say it. I say, yes, sir. Coach Carl, all of them. I still say, yes, sir. It ain't about a kissing behind. It's a matter of respect. And the NCAA has lost all respect. That's gone, man. So you're going to see sign stealing, car stealing too. Yeah. But I let people know, the producer, I let a young cat know you ain't my equal player, and you never will be. Because I'm at a status now, I ain't even in OG status. I'm in elder status. And when you see me coming, and I'm getting ready to pull you to the side, it will behoove you to listen. It will behoove you to listen. It will be, come here, player, let me talk to you. Let Piano Man holler at you for a minute. I'm going to come to you and talk to you. I'm going to talk to you, you know. I'm going to be straight. I'm going to be square with you now. I'm going to be square with you. And just take, hey, look, you messing up. You messing up. You're going about this the wrong way. It's yours. It's up to you to listen. But Piano Man done been down this road a couple of times. And you don't want this road. Let's come on. Let's go back. Let's get off this road. Let's go in another direction. Just saying, man. I'm just saying. And I believe if I ever had to return to teaching, my former students are asking for me to come back now. They won't even let nobody touch my desk Coach Carl. They won't even let nobody touch my desk. Nobody goes behind Mr. Long's desk. Nobody. And I'm not saying that in bragging. I didn't even know I made that big of a difference. But that's all I'm saying about the NCAA. Make a difference, but it's too late now. Too late. That train done left, and Pandora's box is open, and all hell done break loose. Got chaos everywhere. But you can still have, And so anyway, that's the show for today, everybody. I done got my rant out the way. So from here on out, it's all Bama talk. No more Michigan, no more scandal. I don't care. They ain't finna do nothing about it. But as for me and my house, you're going to walk right. You're going to do what you're supposed to do. You're going to live like you're supposed to live. I don't support foolishness. I'm not doing it. My children that have children know what, if they listen, they know what I mean when I say that. I don't support foolishness. I love my kids. I love my grandkids, but I'm not supporting foolishness. I'm not doing it. And so I got some nieces. I got a grandson that's coming along. Gonna be an awesome football player, I believe, and everything. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get him on the show here as an 8th grader. You'll see him here in a minute. Big dude, 8th grader. Gonna be something serious. Yeah, exactly, Coach Carl. Set the tone, NCAA. We won't be mad with you. We won't be mad with you. Set the tone. I'm never against a parent who sets the tone in their home to tell their child, this is the way it's going to be. I salute you, and you have all my support. You have all my support. Because you didn't stand on it from the start. But if you can set the tone, we'll stand with you. Because some stuff done got out of hand. And it needs to, because it's going to get worse before it gets better. Exactly, Dwight, and that's the way it is sometimes. But in my classroom, I don't care if they watching now. You ain't gonna run me. No. That's why I went to school to do what I do. You're not gonna run me. And they want to send. One of the students was having some bad home stuff going, and they want to send one of the children home with me, right? And I said, nope, can't come home with me. I said, because on day one, they're going to wash dishes. On day one, they're going to learn how to keep a room clean. On day one, they're going to learn some respect. On day one, moment one, minute one, they don't want to come home with me. On day one, they're going to learn that TV goes off at a certain time. That's what happens at my house. Even now. Where your homework at? What we got going? Yes, sir. That's what's happening at my house. I'm like what JB said. Talk back might get you in the ER. And keep on talking, it might end you up in the OR. I'm just saying. Yeah, full of politics and ignorance. Ignorance and politics. Whichever one come first. But it's time for us to stand up. But don't let that stop you from being a fan of your team. Don't let that stop you. But question some ethics sometimes. Question some ethics. How things are going ethically. And that'll tell you. That'll tell you. My rant is over. Okay, once again, Roll Tide. Thank you for coming. All that good stuff. Now tomorrow, it's Free for All Friday. Tonight, I do know B Sharp is having a show tonight. Let's support him and all that good stuff. Exactly. Coach Carl, got to throw that up there. That's why people don't like the NFL. That's why. Right there. Rules. Rules on everything. And you break those rules, then you know what happens. You know what happens. You know what happens. They don't want to lose. They don't care. But you break the rules, you know what happens. Break them and find out. So you'll see. But tomorrow, but tonight, Be Sharp is having a program. If he's not, he's gonna have one now because I just put it on out. Again, thankful for everybody that came by. Don't forget, if you have not subscribed to KB's new channel, let's get it. Let's get that channel back up and running. And whatever is behind him losing it, let's not focus on that anymore. Let's focus on moving forward. Let's just focus. Thank you for 300 subscribers. I was just told, I know during the time that I was promoting KB last night, I lost some subscribers. I did. But my producer told me that now, you know, how this media thing works sometimes. So I was at 301, something like that. And then it went back down to 298. And then, so wherever we are now, I'm thankful. No, you didn't miss anything, Z&T, Zach. You didn't miss anything. We were just talking. We were relaying. We have a police retreat tonight. Okay, cool. I'm getting closer to Coach Carl, but we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll talk about that later tomorrow. Okay. Thanks, Coach Carl. He'll join me tomorrow. Okay, cool. Let's continue to pray for Coach Carl and the continued health. Okay, that he get better. We need Coach Carl around. And so whatever we can do, Coach, to help you with that, bro, we're gonna do it. But continue to support the Tide. Remember what we talked about. Remember the fact that these are our guys. And when we see something wrong, it don't make us fair weather when we say something about it. We're just saying it in love. And we're not saying it to quit the team. We want our team to do better because we are what? The standard. All right. So again, shout out to all content creators and podcasters everywhere. Just continue to grind, stay focused, drive, and go forward in the words of my pastor, Bishop. I may not see you personally, but I always see you in the long run. And just remember, I'm no expert, but I do know what I'm talking about. And so just be on the listen out. Again, I didn't go off into it today, but I will tomorrow. We got some upcoming games next weekend. And one game in particularly, I think it's going to be in the top 25 and everything. But we'll talk about that tomorrow, along with Free for All Friday. We'll talk about whatever's on your mind concerning the Alabama Crimson Tide and cooking and cleaning and cake eating and pie baking and all that kind of stuff. And we're just going to have a good time. And I'm just excited. The football season is in the year. All right. So again, be on the lookout. Yeah. Iowa State versus KSU. And shout out to all my creators and content creators, brothers and sisters everywhere. Let's continue to support each one of them. Coach Carl, Coach Al, Coach Sean, KB, Be Sharp, Bama Standard, Zach, Z&T Sports. That's Zach right here. DSGB84, LaGuacia, all of them. Bama Damn Sports, Icebox, everybody. Support them all. Let's support them all. Yeah, Free for All, Freaky Friday tomorrow. Let's get it. And you know what? I ain't going to tell you that. Just be ready, okay? But again, be on the lookout because there are going to be some changes with the long run. Bam Damn Sports. I get that mixed up. I be wanting to say Bama Damn Sports, but Bam Damn Sports. Let's support them. All of them. Kyle Henderson, Jonathan Lewis, all of them. Too many to name. Tez, SC Season, all those guys. Jason Hall of Fame. Let's support them. Yeah, and we doing Keeping It a Buck tomorrow night. As far as I know, Dwight, Keeping It a Buck. KB, Piano Man, Keeping It a Buck. We gonna make it happen, and we gonna turn this mother out. That's what we gonna do. All right, so everybody have a great day. And, like I said, until tomorrow, God bless. Have a great day. Billy, Buster, 3 Stroke. Y'all already know what time it is. Susan didn't make it today. So I couldn't do what I want to say. But anyway, but Roll Tide, everybody. Have a great day. God bless. Y'all be safe. Piano Man is out. See you tomorrow.